Welcome back to Teshkid FX for another Quant price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you the latest developments that have been happening here on the Quant chart. And before I start the video, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and also check out the channel membership. And at the time of this recording, Quant has continued to hold above a key area of support at around the $133.2 mark. And before I get into that, allow me to start the video by first giving you a recap of what has been happening here on the Quant chart. And here on the 4-hour chart, you can see that after making it to an all-time high, we started the bear market where we had been seeing no prices in this massive ABC corrective structure, which took us back to around the $40.1 mark. And after seeing the bear market low, we started a very nice bounce to the upside in a move that has been obeying the ED12 structures, where you can see that I have this ED12 structure in blue having the wave 5 making its peak at around the $229 mark, and also completing the formation of that higher ED12 count 1 to the upside. And after seeing the formation of that higher ED12 count 1, whatever we expected next is a retracement to the lower side in the formation of a higher ED12 count 2. And using the Fibonacci's, I had sketched out a minimum retracement area to the lower side in the formation of this wave 2, using the Fibonacci's, connecting them from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1, and that gave me a minimum retracement area between the Fib level 0 and the Fib level 0.78, which is a target area that we have fully maximized. And in the formation of a second wave, which is a corrective wave, we also expected to see an ABC corrective structure, and we are seeing such a structure right here, having this as the wave A. Then we saw wave B, then we continued pushing even low in the formation of that wave C, giving us a low at around the $94.4 mark. And there are chances that we might have made the low for this higher ED12 count 2, and whatever we are seeing at the moment could be the start of this higher ED12 count 3, which I'm expecting to play out on the long-term scenarios. And by first sketching out a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of this wave 3 by connecting the Fibonacci's from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of the second wave, that gives me a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of that wave 3 at the Fib level 1.618, which perfectly lies at around the $399.9 mark, and that is the minimum that I'm expecting that higher ED12 count 3 to the upside to do. And because a wave 3 to the upside is an impulsive wave, I'm also expecting to see fractal waves in formation within that higher ED12 count 3, and whatever we are seeing here on the charts could be the start of that higher ED12 count 3, where you can see that I have this ED12 structure in red, which is a fractal wave within the formation of that higher ED12 count 3, where we have seen that as the first wave. Then we saw a retracement over here in the formation of that wave 2. Then we saw a breakout out of this double bottom that we had over here, which gave us the rise of this wave 3 to the upside, which I believe is still in formation, and sketching out a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of this wave 3 using a trend based Fibonacci, connecting it from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of the second wave. That gives me a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of that wave 3 at the Fib level 1.618, and that perfectly lies at around the $167.8 mark. And once that plays out, then we can expect a wave 4, then a wave 5 to complete a higher ED12 count 1, which is a fractal wave within the formation of that higher ED12 count 3 here on the Quant chart. So that is what I'm expecting on the short term and the long term scenarios. And if I zoom in, you can also see that we have managed to continue holding above a key area of support at around the $133.2 mark, and that is very positive. And we're also holding above the 20-day MA, meaning we have the support that we need for us to continue pushing even higher. And in case Quant continues to give us higher prices, then I'll be expecting to see a key area of resistance at around the $147.9 mark, because that is the next significant key area of resistance that we have here on the charts. And at that point, we can either manage to break above that key area of resistance, and once that happens, then we can expect a retest of that key area of resistance, then continue pushing even higher to fully maximize our target area to the upside in the formation of this wave 3. And in case we see a rejection over here, then we might see a bit of a pullback back to around the $133.2 mark, which is our next key area of support. Then from there, in case we find support, we can expect another bounce to the upside in the formation of that wave 3, fully maximizing its target area. So that is what I'm expecting on the short term and the long term scenarios. And if I also take a look at the indicators here on the RSI, we are trading at around the 68 mark, meaning we have a bit of room for us to support any movements to the upper side before we get into the overbought region, and massive room for us to support any movements to the lower side. Also taking a look at the MACD, we have printed a bullish cross, but we are seeing a bit of a decrease in the buying momentum, meaning we might see a bit of a short-term bearish movement before we continue pushing even higher in the formation of that wave 3. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated.